tracing changes through thousand. Tracing changes through 1,000 years. We have learned in the last period about that the two maps. There are different types of the maps. One map which is from Arab cartographer, he has drawn the map, and second one is the map of French cartographer. First map of geographer Al-Idrisi, and second one the cartographer, the French cartographer. There are found out the difference between the two maps, that it not gives the clear idea. First map is the Idrisi map. It cannot be properly seen that where is the North India and the South India. There is upside down the North and South India. Where you have to find out North India, it is in the South India, and where you have to find out South India, it is in the North India. Also in the same manner Sri Lanka also the top portion, and that's why it cannot be said that the clear idea. It cannot show the clear idea. But the another types of the map of cartographer, the French cartographer, there is found out that difference. It is such types of the map can be seen nowadays also. And here given the detailed information in this map. Now equally important is the fact that the science of cartography differed in two periods. Equally important is the fact that the science of cartography differed in the two periods. It is found out that the two periods. The 1154 CE is the period of Arab geographers, Idrisi, and this is map. And next one it can be seen there, the 1720s, it is the French cartographers map. And that's why equally important is the fact that the science of cartography differ in the two periods. There is found out the difference between the two periods, 600 years periods difference. When historians read documents, maps and text from the past, they have to be sensitive to the different historical backgrounds, the context in which information about the past was produced. Then there is found out the difference between the two types of the maps. Then when the historian read documents, maps and text from the past, they have to be sensitive. The historian should be sensitive about the researches, about the documents, reading the documents, also the map and also the text, because they have to depend upon the past and they may have the different. One has written and other has also written, there may be the different, and that's why the historian have to be sensitive about the any types of the resources where he have to study the history. Then the context in which information about the past was produced. In this way, they have to know about that whatever our past, whatever our history, where he has to study about the any past, he should be sensitive about that what types of the resources should be read and to research, because there may be found out the differences about the between the two types of research. If any types of the historians, if they want to search or they want to study, they should be different types of the resources, because one types of the resources and second types of the resources, they may be different, and that's why finding out the original history, the historians, if he want to study, then he should be the sensitive about the any materials which you have to select, because there may be the difference between the two types of the materials, two types of the resources which he want to study of the one things, the same things, and that's why he should be the sensitive about choosing the any types of the resources. New and old terminology. New and old terminology. What is the terminology? It is the system of word. Actually, it is the system of words of language. Terminology means it is the system of language or any types of the words which use particularly about the any subjects, any things, any matters. Now, new terminology and old terminology. If the context in which information is produced changes with time, what about language and meanings? If the context in which information is the information of any event, information of any evidence, anything changes with time. The information of any events changes with time, then what about the language and meanings then? It is also the same. If the information can be changed, because of the times, because pass of the times, then also it is possible that the languages also change. The languages and the meanings also change. Historical records exist in a variety of languages which have changed considerably over the years. Historical records. You can see that historical records exist in a variety of languages which have changed considerably over the years. The historical records. We have the historical records, but they are also found out considerably in a vast proportion can be changed. Not one types of the records are also available, same types of the records. One has written about any types of the things, and same things also written by the others. And also the second time, the one historians has also written it not the same. It may be the difficult. It may be the different. Then, historical records exist in a variety of languages which have changed considerably over the years, and different types of the languages are used to write a record in one language and another language. You can see that difference. You may see that difference between the two languages about the records availability. Then medieval Persian, there is an example that the medieval Persians for example is different from the modern Persians. Medieval period. What is the medieval period? Medieval. This is medieval period is that there are three types of the periods of the history broadly. The ancient period, second one the medieval period, and third one is the modern period. You can see that the ancient period, it is up to 3 or 4 centuries, and then 3 or 4 or 5 centuries, and 6 or 7 centuries ahead, up to 17, 18, 18th century. That there is found out the medieval period, 17th century, and then from 18th century onwards, can see that the modern periods. Then about we are speaking about the medieval periods. About Persian. What about Persian? Persian language. Medieval Persian, for example, is different from modern Persian. You can see that the medieval Persians, it may be the language or it may be the any types of the culture of the Persians, any types of the things related to the Persians is a different from the medieval period to the modern period. Then the difference is not just with regard to a grammar or vocabulary. It's not only about the grammar or vocabulary. The meanings of words also change over time. Meanings also change. Not only the grammars or the vocabularies, but also it can be seen that changes. Meaning of words changes. There are one of the changes in the meanings. You can see that. Take the term Hindustan. Hindustan, you know about that Hindustan. You know about that Hindustan. Nowadays, we are pronouncing our country. India, Bharat, and also the Hindustan. In this way, about Hindustan, how it is formed. Take the term Hindustan, for example. Today we understand it is an India. Actually, it has been known as the India. Then, the modern nation state, when the term was used in the 13th century by Minhaj-e-Shiraz, a chronicles who wrote in Persian. Chronicle means past record. Past or historical record. We charge the historical records and chroniclers. Chronicle means those are comparing or writing the past record is known as the chroniclers. Then, when the term was used in the 13th century by Minhaj-e-Shiraz. Minhaj-e-Shiraz was a chronicler who was a historian who used to write about the past, about the history. Then he is known as the chronicler who wrote in a Persian. He has written in a Persian language what he meant the areas of Punjab, Haryana and the lands between the Ganga and Yamuna. He writes about the Punjab, Haryana and the land between the Ganga and Yamuna. This region was known as the Hindustan. He used the term in a political sense for lands that were part of domain of Delhi Sultan. It was Delhi Sultan. Hindustan is a name given to that place, the region of India, Punjab, Haryana, and also the land between the Ganga and Jamuna from these rivers. Then Hindustan given the name on which Sultan was ruling this region. Haryana and the land between the Ganga and Yamuna, he used the term in a political sense for lands that were a part of the domain of the Delhi Sultan, because it was Delhi Sultan who was ruling this part of country, means which Haryana, Punjab and the land between the Ganga and Yamuna, this part. Then the areas included in this term shifted with the extent of the Sultanate, but the term never this part, this region. The other northern Indian regions have been captured by Sultan, and that is also given the name here Hindustan. But the southern India cannot be called that; it is the Hindustan. Then it is actually the politically. By contrast, in the early 16th century, Babur used Hindustan to describe the geography. But you can see that 13th century, Babur used this place, this region, this territory that Hindustan. Hindustan describes the geography, the fauna and the culture of the inhabitants of the subcontinent. Because Babur was ruling maximum portion of India, the Indian subcontinent, up to Afghanistan and other parts of also the southern part of India, and that's why Babur also gave the name Hindustan due to the geographical area and also the fauna. Fauna means the animals, things, animals. About the animals of this region, that is known as the fauna. Then animal means there are also the other things also included here, human beings also. The fauna and the cultures of the inhabitants of the subcontinent. Subcontinent means this part I have told you before this that the subcontinent is called is that the not only the India but also there are included Nepal, Bhutan, Pakistan, Bangladesh. This part also the part of the subcontinent of India. This place also known as also the Hindustan. By contrast, in the early 16th century, Babur used Hindustan to describe the geography. In the 16th century, he pronounced this place that the Hindustan. As we will see later in the chapter, this was somewhat similar to the way the 14th century poet Amir Khusrau used the word Hindu. Also, another thing that you can see, as we will see later in the chapter, this was somewhat similar to the way the 14th century poet. 14th century poet who was Amir Khusrau. He also used the word Hindu. While the idea of the geographical and cultural entity like India didn't exist, then while the idea of geographical and cultural entity like India didn't exist, the term Hindustan did not carry the political and national meanings which we associate with it today. You can see that the Hindustan and India, these are names are given to our region, our country, but actually the nationalism, it can be said that the nationality, politically or national meanings, the politically and also the national meanings cannot be applied to the Hindustan, such as it can be seen there in India. Because in the freedom fight, that when the people of this country came together in one banner, that time the people used to say that they are the Indians.